The streets of hip-hop are buzzing again, louder than they've been in years. Out of nowhere, 6ix9ine, the most hated, loved, and controversial figure in rap history, has made a comeback that nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming. From industry blacklists to public humiliation, the rainbow-haired rapper everyone thought was done for has just flipped the script on the entire game. But what's got everyone talking isn't just 6ix9ine's return, it's Fat Joe's reaction. The Bronx legend, who once vowed never to speak that man's name again, was caught on camera looking stunned at a private industry event when 6ix9ine's new single started blasting through the speakers. The energy? Awkward. The tension? Unbelievable. Insiders say Joe's face went pale, the room went quiet, and phones instantly came out. Was Fat Joe blindsided? Or did 6ix9ine plan the whole thing as revenge, a public humiliation for the man who once called him the biggest fraud in hip-hop? Fans are already choosing sides, and social media is melting down. What really happened that night? And how did 6ix9ine pull off the wildest comeback move of the decade? Stay tuned, because this story goes way deeper than anyone realizes. When 6ix9ine disappeared from the spotlight, most people thought that was the end of the story. After his snitching scandal, lawsuits, industry bans, and constant beefs, the man once crowned as the king of chaos had gone silent. For months, his social media was ghosted. No music, no trolling, no rainbow hair, no flashy cars, nothing but silence. But on a random Thursday night, 2:47 a.m. to be exact, the internet caught fire. Out of nowhere, 6ix9ine's Instagram profile, long thought to be abandoned, lit up with a single video post. Just a dimly lit studio, a blurry silhouette, and the words echoing through speakers. "You thought I was done? Y'all forgot who started this energy." Within minutes, the video hit millions of views. Fans were tagging DJ Academic's World Star and "Is this real? Is he trolling again? 6ix9ine back from the dead?" But the wildest part wasn't even the post itself. It was the location tag. The post was tagged in the Bronx, New York. And that's where things get real. Because the Bronx isn't just any random place for Tekashi 6ix9ine. It's Fat Joe's home turf, the same man who once told 6ix9ine to his face on IG Live, "You playing with fire, lil bro." The streets don't forgive. That warning back in 2018 became one of the most replayed moments in hip-hop interviews. Joe looked straight into the camera and said, "That kid's gonna get himself hurt." Fast forward to 2025, and now, the man Joe warned everyone about was back in his city, filming in the Bronx, talking reckless again. It was almost like 6ix9ine was sending a message. "I'm still here, and I ain't scared." The following night, an invite-only industry event was being held in New York. Big-name execs, producers, and rappers attended, but one name on that guest list stood out: Fat Joe. Sources say Joe wasn't there to party. He was there for business, scouting new talent, staying low-key. Nobody expected anything out of the ordinary. But then it happened. Around midnight, while people were networking, a DJ took over the booth and said, "We got something exclusive tonight. Something the world ain't heard yet." The lights dimmed. Bass started rumbling. And before anyone could even process it, 6ix9ine's voice exploded through the speakers. "They tried to bury me, but I'm the root. Bronx energy, I'm back in the booth. Legends talk slick, now I'm the proof. Joe said I'd fall, but I'm bulletproof." The room froze. Every head turned. A few people gasped. Some laughed nervously. But the cameras came out instantly. Because right there, standing by the bar, sipping on his drink, was Fat Joe himself. One witness told Candidly Cassie, "You could see it on Joe's face. He was shocked. Like, genuinely shocked. His jaw dropped for a second, then he just shook his head and started laughing." Another insider claimed Joe whispered to his manager, "He trying to go viral again, huh? He wants me to react." But even though Joe tried to play it cool, the energy in that room was off. You could feel the tension. Some people clapped. Others booed. One producer even shouted, "Turn that off." But it was too late. The video had already been recorded and posted on TikTok by 3 different people. Within hours, Shy Sunny 6ix9ine is back and a Fat Joe reaction were trending worldwide. The next morning, hip-hop blogs went crazy. Say Cheese TV posted, 6ix9ine dropped a new track dissing Fat Joe in his own city. Joe was at the event, and fans caught his live reaction. Comments flooded in. 6ix9ine really don't care about peace. Joe looked like he saw a ghost. He warned him years ago. Now look, by noon, Joe's team released a statement claiming the rapper was focused on positive business ventures and not entertaining internet clout chasers. But fans didn't buy it. People started digging up old interviews from 2018 where Fat Joe said, "That kid ain't built for this. I wish him the best, but the game don't play fair." And that clip started circulating again, side by side with 6ix9ine's new lyrics. Even more suspicious? A few sharp-eyed fans noticed something in the video's background, a mural of Big Pun, Fat Joe's late best friend and Bronx legend. And that mural is located just blocks away from Joe's favorite recording studio. So people began asking, was this all planned? Did 6ix9ine purposely film near that mural to provoke Joe? DJ Academics, who's known for being close to 6ix9ine, poured gasoline on the fire when he went live and said, "I told y'all, 6ix9ine ain't done, he got something to prove." And the way people been talking behind the scenes? Man, Joe ain't the only one catching strays. That one comment made the internet explode again. Because now it wasn't just Joe. It was everybody waiting to see who 6ix9ine would call out next. Meanwhile, sources close to Joe said he was furious. One insider told Rap Daily, "Joe ain't gonna go back and forth online, he's old school. But trust me, he saw that clip and he felt disrespected. That mural means something to him. That's not a random spot, that's sacred ground." Others said Joe was more disappointed than angry. He really believed 6ix9ine would change, another insider said. He used to root for that kid before all the drama. But the internet doesn't care about disappointment. It cares about drama. And that's exactly what 6ix9ine gave them. Later that evening, 6ix9ine posted another cryptic message on X, formerly Twitter. "Y'all legends be legends in your head. Outside, nobody remembers y'all." Fans instantly tagged Fat Joe. The tension had turned into full-blown beef, and it was only the beginning. Clips of Joe's facial expression from that night were being remixed into memes, reaction videos, and TikTok skits. One viral comment summed it up perfectly. Fat Joe just realized the internet doesn't let you retire from drama. Behind the scenes, industry whispers said that Joe had called a few OGs in the game, trying to get to the bottom of how 6ix9ine's track got played at that event in the first place. Some claimed the DJ didn't even know it was a diss record. Others think it was a setup, maybe even orchestrated by 6ix9ine himself. Whatever the truth was, one thing became clear. 6ix9ine's comeback wasn't just about music. It was about revenge. Public revenge. He's not dropping songs. He's dropping statements. And Fat Joe? He stayed silent, but insiders say that silence won't last long. Because behind the scenes, Joe's camp had already started moving. The next 48 hours after that viral Bronx event were pure madness. Hip-hop didn't sleep. Every blog, every TikTok, every live stream had one topic. 6ix9ine and Fat Joe. It was like 2018 all over again. But this time, the story had layers, history, betrayal, and a personal grudge that ran way deeper than people thought. At first, fans thought 6ix9ine was just trolling again, pulling one of his classic publicity stunts. But insiders close to the situation started leaking old messages, photos, and stories that painted a different picture. A real rift that had been brewing for years. See, back when Tekashi was first bubbling in 2017, Fat Joe was one of the few OGs who actually gave him advice. People forget that. They even sat down for an interview on Coca Vision, Joe's podcast at the time. Joe looked him dead in the eye and said, "The streets don't love nobody. You playing a dangerous game." 6ix9ine laughed it off. He said, "I'm untouchable. I got the whole city behind me." And for a while he did. The rainbow hair, the gang affiliations, the viral energy, it all worked. Until it didn't. When 6ix9ine's case hit in 2019 and he cooperated with the feds, Fat Joe was one of the first rappers to publicly say he'd never work with him again. In a viral Breakfast Club interview, Joe said, "He can't come back from that. He's finished in the streets." That clip has haunted 6ix9ine ever since, and according to one of his close associates, that comment stuck with him more than any other diss. He felt betrayed, the source told Rap Daily. He looked up to Joe like a mentor. When Joe turned his back, that hurt. Fast forward to now, that pain has turned into motivation. After his comeback post blew up, 6ix9ine went live on Instagram for the first time in nearly a year. Over 400,000 people tuned in. He had his classic energy again, screaming, flexing stacks of cash, wilding out. But this time, there was a darker tone underneath. He said, "They said I was done. They said I was blackballed. But I'm still here and I'm richer than your favorite rapper. These old dudes be preying on my downfall, acting like gatekeepers of the culture. Nah, I am the culture." He didn't say Fat Joe's name directly, but he didn't have to. The internet connected the dots instantly. One fan wrote, "He's talking about Joe, 100%. Another said, "He's still mad that Joe cut him off." This beef deeper than music. And they were right. Because what most people didn't know was that back in 2020, before everything fell apart, 6ix9ine had actually reached out to Fat Joe privately. A leaked DM showed 6ix9ine saying, "I respect what you said, OG, I just want peace." Fat Joe never responded. Now, whether that DM was real or fabricated, nobody knows for sure. But the timing was too perfect. It resurfaced right when 6ix9ine's new diss clip was blowing up, fueling speculation that Joe had ignored him. And now Tekashi was getting even. Meanwhile, Fat Joe stayed silent publicly, but insiders said he wasn't happy with how things were spiraling. One of his longtime producers told District Trending, "Joe don't care about the clout, but he does care about respect." He told me straight up, "I ain't letting no clown play with my name." And apparently, Joe started making calls to DJs, promoters, and industry execs, trying to figure out who leaked that track at the Bronx event. "It wasn't supposed to play that night," said one insider. "Somebody cued it on purpose, and Joe thinks it was 6ix9ine's team that paid the DJ under the table." If that's true, it means 6ix9ine didn't just release a song, he orchestrated a public ambush. Then came the second twist. A day after 6ix9ine's live stream, Fat Joe was spotted at a private dinner in Miami with DJ Khaled, Remy Ma, and Cool and Dre. A fan secretly recorded a short clip, and in it, Joe can be heard saying, "He's playing with the wrong one. I tried to warn him." Boom, that's all the internet needed. The clip went viral within hours. Say Cheese TV posted, "Fat Joe responds to 6ix9ine subliminally during Miami dinner. I tried to warn him." Fans flooded the comments again. "Joe trying to keep it grown, man, but you can tell he's heated. This is the calm before the storm. Somebody getting exposed next, I can feel it." And they were right again. Because the very next morning, a leaked snippet from 6ix9ine's upcoming track hit Twitter. It featured a verse where he directly name-dropped Fat Joe. "Bronx talk tough, but I'm still the wave. Old heads mad, they can't get paid. Joe said I'm done, but I'm self-made. You tried to bury me, I dug my own grave." The audacity was wild. Nobody had ever gone at Fat Joe like that since 50 Cent, and even he didn't go this far. But it wasn't just the lyrics. The music video snippet showed a man wearing a Cuban link chain identical to Fat Joe's, getting buried in the dirt. Fans froze the frames, analyzed the jewelry, even compared it to Joe's old music videos. The symbolism was clear. This was a direct shot. By that evening, Joe's camp had had enough. One of his close affiliates, a street figure known only as Tone BX, posted a cryptic message on Instagram. "Clowns forget who paved the way. Disrespect don't go unanswered." That post got deleted within an hour, but screenshots were everywhere. Now, hip-hop was divided. Some people were saying 6ix9ine was brave for going after legends. Others said he was suicidal for poking OGs from New York. And right in the middle of it all, DJ Academics added more fuel by posting, fans started speculating that 6ix9ine was gearing up to release a full comeback project, possibly called The Exile. But the drama wasn't just online anymore. Word on the street was that Joe's people and 6ix9ine's team nearly crossed paths in Brooklyn at a video shoot. One insider told Rap Daily, there were calls being made that day. People were like, "Yo, don't let them bump into each other." It was that tense. Meanwhile, 6ix9ine seemed to love the chaos. He went live again, laughing, saying, "Y'all can't cancel me if I cancel myself. They trying to silence me, but they can't silence the truth. Fat Joe know what it is. He been fake since day one." He paused, grinning. "Ask about that studio story." He know. That one line sent the internet spiraling again. What studio story? Within hours, fans started digging through old footage, interviews, and tweets trying to uncover what 6ix9ine was referring to. Rumors spread that back in 2018, Joe had secretly tried to sign 6ix9ine to his label, but 6ix9ine declined and leaked some info to a rival crew. Nobody could confirm it, but the internet didn't need proof. The narrative was juicy enough. Even Remy Ma was dragged into it, with fans flooding her DMs asking if she knew the real story. She posted on her Instagram story, "I don't do gossip. I do business. Y'all stay safe." But that only made people more curious. By the end of the week, the beef had evolved from a petty comeback to a full-blown saga, with new evidence, leaked messages, and unreleased footage rumored to drop any day. And according to DJ Academics, what was coming next would shake the whole culture. Because someone, allegedly a former 6ix9ine engineer, was ready to go public with a clip that could change everything. The caption on Academics' latest post said it best: "It's not over. It's just getting started." By the time the weekend hit, the 6ix9ine versus Fat Joe drama had officially become bigger than music. Every outlet, from Say Cheese to The Shade Room, had picked it up. You couldn't open TikTok without seeing Joe's face next to a rainbow-haired emoji, and the caption, "This got personal." But what nobody saw coming was the leak. A leaked clip that would take this feud from petty to dangerous. It started with a mysterious post on X from a burner account named A Real Studio Leaks. The caption read, "They said 6ix9ine was lying? Aight, bet." Here's the studio story he talked about. Attached was a 40-second voice memo. You could hear two men arguing, and fans swear one of the voices was Fat Joe. The other, high-pitched and chaotic, sounded just like 6ix9ine. The audio quality was rough, but the words were explosive. Voice 1, alleged Joe, "I'm trying to help you, kid. You can't move like that. You gon' get touched." Voice 2, alleged 6ix9ine, "You not my dad, bro. You think you run New York, but you don't. I'm the wave now." Voice 1, "You don't even know the half of it." Then the clip cut off. The post hit 1 million views in under an hour. Fans went insane. Wait, that's definitely Fat Joe. Bro, this is what he meant by "ask about that studio story." If that's real, 6ix9ine been holding this for years. Say Cheese reposted the clip with the caption, "Alleged audio surfaces of Fat Joe warning 6ix9ine years before the fallout. 6ix9ine shark Fat Joe." Now, whether it was real or not didn't even matter. The damage was done. The narrative had flipped. Suddenly, people started viewing 6ix9ine not as the reckless troll, but as the disrespected prodigy who got left behind by the OGs. And that was exactly what Tekashi wanted. Hours later, he dropped a full-length video titled "Studio Rat" on YouTube. It wasn't just a diss track, it was a movie. The visuals opened with a reenactment of the leaked argument, showing an older, heavyset rapper character wearing a TS, Terror Squad chain, yelling at a younger, rainbow-haired kid. Then the beat dropped. "They said I'm fake. But they fake in the love. They said I'm wild. But I'm straight from above. You sat in them chairs while they blackballed the plug. Bronx legends fold too, even ones you looked up." The video had props, doubles, everything. Even though 6ix9ine never said Fat Joe directly, the reference was painfully obvious. Fans went ballistic. The video hit 8 million views in 24 hours. The top comment read, "He's not trolling. This is revenge." But Joe? He'd had enough. Within hours, he broke his silence. Fat Joe went live on Instagram from his Miami home, sitting in front of his gold plaques, his voice calm but heavy. "I tried to stay quiet," he said. "I really did. But I can't let that little dude play with my name no more. He out here making fake stories, leaking fake audio, for clout. I ain't never been scared of no internet. I'm from a different cloth." Then he leaned closer to the camera. "You said I didn't help you? I tried to save you. You ain't listen. Now you crying about the same game that made you rich." Fans flooded the live. Over 100K people tuned in. Comments flew, "Talk your OG talk, Joe. Bro, he hurt for real. This deep." This like a father-son fallout. But while Joe was being real and raw, 6ix9ine was watching the live and screen recording it. Minutes after Joe ended, Tekashi uploaded a split-screen reaction video mocking Joe's words. He laughed, saying, "Save me? Bro, you was trying to sign me. You ain't no savior. You saw a bag and missed it. Don't rewrite history, Grandpa." Then he dropped another bombshell. He claimed that Joe had once tried to blackball him from Summer Jam, and that he had emails to prove it. Fans instantly demanded receipts. #show, the emails started trending. And like clockwork, 6ix9ine delivered. He posted screenshots showing a supposed conversation between an event promoter and someone listed as Joseph C. The message read, If he's on the lineup, I'm pulling my performance. Now, whether it was real or photoshopped, nobody cared. The post hit 5 million views in 2 hours. The internet had already made its mind up. Fat Joe was trying to stop 6ix9ine's bag. That's when the tone shifted again. Because Joe's silence wasn't seen as maturity anymore. It started to look like guilt. Candidly, Cassie posted a viral breakdown titled, "Did Fat Joe sabotage 6ix9ine's career?" Here's the real evidence. She played side-by-side clips, Joe's interviews from years ago, 6ix9ine's DMs, the leaked studio audio, stitching them into a timeline that looked too perfect. The thumbnail? Joe's shocked face next to a headline, "Exposed." By now, the story had spiraled out of control. Fans were literally arguing on Clubhouse and Spaces about who was right. One camp said Joe was protecting hip-hop integrity. The other said he was jealous of 6ix9ine's influence. Then, the final straw dropped. A new photo surfaced, a blurry screenshot showing what looked like Fat Joe and a younger Tekashi in the same recording booth back in 2017. That pic had never been seen before. Some claimed it was AI, others said it was real. But it didn't matter. It made the story feel true. Remy Ma finally stepped in. She went live and said, "Y'all stop playing with Joe's name. Ain't nobody blackballing nobody. Tekashi need to chill before he crossed the line for real." Her tone was serious, no jokes, no filters. But of course, 6ix9ine didn't chill. He doubled down, replying on X, "Tell your big bro stop acting like a victim." He threw the first stone. Now he crying over broken glass. Fans couldn't believe it. Now 6ix9ine was coming for Remy too? That move made things messy. The Bronx community started pushing back. DJ stopped playing 6ix9ine's new track. A few promoters even canceled his upcoming club appearances for security reasons. And right when it looked like the pressure might finally silence him, he made another move that nobody saw coming. He flew back to New York. Video footage showed 6ix9ine walking through JFK Airport surrounded by his team, cameras flashing everywhere. He smiled and shouted at paparazzi, "I'm home! Tell Joe I'm back outside!" That clip alone was enough to reignite the entire internet. The comments were flooded with mixed emotions. This man fearless. He asking for it now. I can't lie, this is top-tier entertainment. Behind the scenes, though, tensions were real. According to insiders, mutual friends were calling both sides trying to calm things down. One Bronx producer told Rap Daily, "It's past music now. It's ego. It's pride. And that's dangerous." Meanwhile, DJ Academics teased a secret meeting might be happening soon, an alleged private sit-down between Joe and 6ix9ine to squash things before it got worse. Whether it was true or not, nobody knew. But fans were already speculating. Would Joe forgive him? Would 6ix9ine apologize? Or would this be the final showdown? As District Trending put it in their latest headline, 6ix9ine lit the match. Now Fat Joe has to decide if he's gonna put out the fire or let it burn. By now, hip-hop had turned into a soap opera. The 6ix9ine and Fat Joe feud wasn't just dominating headlines, it was dividing the entire culture. Every artist, from OGs to new school rappers, was being asked to pick a side. You had one group saying Fat Joe was the embodiment of real hip-hop, protecting the culture from trolls. The other side said Joe was jealous, bitter, and trying to hold back a new era he couldn't control. But underneath all the memes, live streams, and blog posts, something serious was brewing, because multiple insiders were reporting that 6ix9ine and Fat Joe were about to meet face-to-face. At first, nobody believed it. Why would Fat Joe risk that? Why would 6ix9ine even show up? But DJ Academics hinted on his stream, "Yo, y'all not ready for what's about to happen. Let's just say two men finally agreed to talk. And it ain't gonna be on IG Live." Rumors spread that the meeting was being organized quietly through mutual friends, with security, managers, and lawyers all involved. The location? A neutral spot in Manhattan. Word on the street said it was a closed restaurant in the meatpacking district that Joe used to frequent in the early 2000s. For 2 days, social media was on fire with speculation. Hashtags like "The Sit Down" and Jovi's 6ix9ine trended non-stop. Memes showed mock fight posters with both rappers' faces and the tagline, "Only one can leave the Bronx." Then came the night. According to District Trending, the meeting went down just after midnight. The restaurant was cleared out. Only a handful of people were allowed in. No cameras, no phones. Just Fat Joe, 6ix9ine, and their respective security details waiting outside. Sources say Joe arrived first, wearing all black and a pair of sunglasses even though it was after midnight. 6ix9ine showed up 15 minutes later, hoodie up, energy loud, his signature rainbow hair barely showing. When they finally sat across from each other, the air was thick. You could hear the tension before a single word was spoken. 6ix9ine allegedly broke the silence first. "So you finally ready to talk, OG?" Joe didn't smile. Didn't move. He just said, "You done embarrassing yourself yet?" The next part, according to someone close to the situation, went way deeper than anyone expected. It wasn't just insults. It was years of resentment spilling out. 6ix9ine accused Joe of gatekeeping hip-hop, of blackballing him from shows and playlists. He said Joe's warnings weren't out of love, they were out of fear. "You ain't want me to win 'cause you saw I was bigger than you ever was," Tekashi allegedly shouted. Joe fired back. "You think this game about followers? It's about respect. You lost that a long time ago." The two reportedly went back and forth for nearly an hour. At one point, 6ix9ine even pulled out his phone and tried to play one of his new unreleased tracks. Joe stopped him mid-song and said, "That's your problem. You can't talk without performing." Everyone in the room said that line hit 6ix9ine hard. He went quiet for a few seconds, then laughed. "You're right. I perform. That's why they still talking about me." And that's when things shifted. Instead of shouting, Joe leaned back and told him something that shocked everyone there. "You know what's crazy? You still got potential, but you using it to burn bridges instead of build them. You could have been one of the greats." For a moment, just a moment, witnesses said Tekashi's energy changed. He looked like he wanted to say something, maybe even apologize. But before he could, his phone buzzed. Someone had leaked the location of the meeting. Within minutes, paparazzi were outside. Live streams started popping up across social media. Joe and 6ix9ine spotted at NYC restaurant. Videos showed security scrambling, fans shouting from across the street, and police eventually stepping in to block off the area. Both rappers had to leave separately, but not before one last exchange. As 6ix9ine stood to walk out, Joe looked at him and said, "The streets don't forget, but they forgive the right man if he humble." Tekashi turned around, smirked, and said, "I don't need forgiveness, I need legacy." And with that, he walked out, cameras flashing, fans screaming. By morning, every blog in the country was running the headline, "6ix9ine and Fat Joe's secret meeting erupts. Police called, tension boils over." The clips from outside the restaurant got millions of views. Reporters swarmed both camps for statements, but neither side spoke publicly. Joe posted a single quote on his Instagram story, "Real recognize real, turn and fake expose themselves." Meanwhile, 6ix9ine uploaded a photo of himself standing in front of a Bronx mural with the caption, "Back where it started. Unfinished business." Fans went wild again. Some said it was over. Others swore this was just part of a bigger plan. And then came the twist no one saw coming. A week later, 6ix9ine dropped another surprise, a teaser for a documentary titled The Real Comeback. The promo clip showed blurred-out footage from the supposed meeting, audio of Joe's voice echoing, and 6ix9ine narrating, "They thought I was gone. They thought I was blackballed. But they forgot, I don't play by their rules." Fat Joe's team immediately sent a cease and desist, claiming the footage was recorded illegally. But it was too late. The trailer had already hit 20 million views. Now the question wasn't who won the beef. It was who controlled the story. DJ Academic summed it up perfectly on his podcast. "This ain't about music no more. This is about history. 6ix9ine's rewriting his own legacy while Fat Joe's trying to protect his." As days passed, fans noticed something strange. Joe stopped talking entirely. No interviews. No lives, no comments. Meanwhile, Tekashi went quiet too. Not a single post after his documentary teaser. Conspiracy theories exploded. Some claimed the two had secretly made peace behind closed doors and were planning a joint project. Others swore 6ix9ine had gotten a legal threat that forced him to stop posting. Then, like clockwork, a blurry paparazzi photo dropped. Fat Joe and 6ix9ine, standing outside the same studio in Miami. It broke the internet instantly. No context. No captions. Just two figures side by side, heads down. Say Cheese TV captioned it, "From beef to business? Fat Joe and 6ix9ine spotted outside a Miami studio." Unexpected Alliance fans lost their minds. Ain't no way they linking up now. This better be for music and not beef. Plot twist of the century if true. Was it real? Was it staged? Nobody knew. But it didn't matter. The algorithm didn't care about truth, only tension. And that's exactly what both men had mastered. Because whether they were enemies or collaborators, one thing was undeniable. They had everyone watching. And in the world of viral hip-hop, that's the only thing that matters. And just like that, the entire hip-hop world was left holding its breath. 6ix9ine and Fat Joe, two names nobody ever thought would share the same air again, might have just flipped the script on everyone. Was this real reconciliation, or was it all another masterclass in marketing? Fans are split, emotions are high, and the internet refuses to calm down. If there's one thing this saga proved, it's that 6ix9ine is the king of chaos. Love him or hate him, the man knows how to make headlines. He took the hate, the betrayal, the blacklisting, and turned it into momentum. And Fat Joe, and turned it into momentum. And Fat Joe, the Bronx Don might have underestimated just how far 6ix9ine would go to write his comeback story. But now, with both of them caught on camera outside that Miami studio, the streets are asking one question: is this war over, or is it just beginning? Because if there's a collaboration coming, even a single verse, it's going to shake the industry to its core. Imagine the mentor and the menace, the OG and the outlaw. It's the kind of pairing that could either heal hip-hop or tear it apart for good. And here's the thing, nobody really knows the truth right now. Was the Miami photo a setup? A leak, a PR stunt? Or is hip-hop witnessing one of the wildest 180s in rap history? You tell us. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think 6ix9ine and Fat Joe are really linking up? Or are we watching the biggest troll move of 2025? Don't forget to smash that like button if you've been following this insane saga from the start, subscribe for more exclusive updates, and turn on those post notifications. Because trust me, this story isn't over yet. The comeback just got real.